problem. Thanks for your time. Yeah.
All right, everybody, we're back here on the set, ready to take a look at another live demo. This one's going to be Madden NFL 12. I've got Phil Frazier from EA here to tell us all about it. Phil, thanks a lot for coming by.
Thanks for having me, guys.
All right, so we've actually got the game running right now. In fact, we've got the cover star Peyton Hillis is being displayed prominently here. Phil, is there any sort of mantra or like overarching direction you guys are taking Madden 12 in?
Every year we start our design process with a vision for the game. This year we wanted to go back to our roots, providing an experience that our most hardcore fans would appreciate. And our mantra was being true to the game. And that means a couple of things. That means true to the game of football, true to the NFL, true to the NFL that people get to see on Sunday. So we wanted to make sure that our fans really got features that appeal to that.
All right. So let's talk about some of the visual upgrades to the game this year. I know one of the big things is the way you guys do camera angles. You guys have done this sort of fancy new motion capture camera system. Is that right?
We have. It's called DCAM. So I think as the game's playing out here, I first want to call out that the game is running right now in demo mode. It's being played by the AI. There's no human playing right now, so you're watching it from a more broadcast camera perspective. You mentioned DCAM technology. That's probably the biggest presentation improvement that we added this year, and the technology allowed us to take actual NFL film cinematographers, guys that shoot the NFL on Sundays, guys that are on the sidelines. They actually film Hard Knocks, popular show on HBO as well. They came in and they shot our game digitally. They were able to go into our mocap studio, and instead of mocapping themselves, we mocapped their camera, the rig itself, and as they moved the camera in our game would move digitally as well. And the result are cameras that look truly lifelike. It captures even the mistakes they make during the actual capture process, and it just looks really cool. And on top of that, so we've got DCAM, we've got 100% authentic broadcast camera placements in each of the 32 NFL stadiums. You put all those together, you got a nice broadcast package, and the game looks like a game you'd watch on Sunday.
So this broadcast camera angle that we're seeing, well, that we will see in a moment, this is actually where a camera would be placed in Quest Field?
Absolutely. Every single camera you see in the game is placed in an authentic location. From the kickoffs to the sidelines, the press box views like this, they're all placed in a 100% authentic way. So if you play in a stadium, for example, like the Bills, they have a relatively small stadium, so the cameras are actually lower to the field.
Okay.
Versus a stadium like Dallas, the cameras feel a little bit higher.
Right. All right, guys. So we've got a number of audience questions coming in here.
These are always scary.
These are always scary.
Give me some easy ones now.
Let's see. Matthew from Quebec is wondering about changes you've made to the Superstar mode. Is that
Matthew from Quebec? He should be asking about Canadian Football League stuff.
He should, right?
But he's not. He's asking about Superstars. So yeah. But overall, we looked at our game last year and we realized that we haven't touched either Superstar or franchise in a meaningful way in quite a few years. And I'm happy to report that between Superstar and franchise, we got over 100 new free features being added to those modes this year. And in Superstar specifically, we've got brand new point system in the game where as you play games, as you go through practices, you're going to be earning points that you can apply towards your character. So you can't start out with a 99 rated guy from the beginning. You got to play well, earn those points, and then throughout the season you apply them to the ratings that you want to hit up.
All right. Let's see.
And no CFL language, nothing there?
What's that?
Nothing about the CFL from Quebec?
Do you guys have the CFL license?
We don't.
Yet?
I wish we did, but I would expect from a Canadian guy, that's what I would expect.
Carol from Belgium.
What was his name?
Carl.
Yeah. Let's go with that.
He wants realistic beards in the create-a-player mode.
Wow. Okay. I've never heard that one before. I've heard we need beards, but we didn't make any meaningful improvements to the beards this year. So from Belgium, I apologize. Not a lot of beard action this year.
Okay.
I will say this though. I got to spend 2 days in London about 2 weeks ago, showing off the game to many different journalists from the European press, and I was really impressed by the amount of people that had an honest interest in the Madden franchise.
Really?
I was expecting to go to London. I was there with my partners from FIFA, and I was really expecting that I'd get there, everybody would say, get out of the way, Madden guys, we just want to see FIFA. But we had guys from Belgium, we had guys from Sweden, guys from the UK, they all wanted to know about Madden. I was quite shocked.
Ethan from Henderson, Nevada is wondering about the tackle system. Are there any new types of tackles, or has the tackle animation been reworked at all?
Yes. And yes.
Yes and yes.
What was his name? Ethan?
Ethan, yep.
Ethan, I got great news for you, big guy. Our tackle system has been completely changed this year. As you're watching the gameplay footage here, what you should notice is that tackles now happen on impact, which seems like an obvious thing, but I can tell you that in Madden in years past, that has not been the case. The way it's worked in Madden historically is that when players are 2 to 3 yards apart, so about the distance that he and I are here, the game would look at where he's heading and where I'm heading, and based on that information would literally suck us into an animation. The result of that were animations that, sometimes you literally saw that suction. You see it a lot in the Madden community. People complained about suction and blocking and tackling. You would get animations that just didn't look like they had a lot of impact. So what we've got now are animations that feel big. We've got animations that they feel like when you hit a guy hard, when you hit stick a guy, it feels like a hit stick tackle. And it actually makes the game a little more challenging because I can't just get close to you and expect to make the play. I actually have to hit you. So we have a tackle button now. So everything around tackles and animations has been redone, and it looks fantastic.
All right. David from Kansas City, Missouri wants to know Connect. Is that a thing that's happening?
Kansas City, Missouri, by the way, my cousins live in Kansas City, Missouri. So Alex, Joy, Cyrus, hope you're doing well out there. Connect. So yeah, I think Peter Moore talked about support for the Connect device from EA Sports sometime in 2012. I've got to Connect myself. I love Dance Central. If you'd like,
you're not the only one.
I can rip out some moves. I've got Lady Gaga.
They're going to be here in about an hour, so if you want to come by and dance,
I'll come by and
you
dance.
have a standing invitation.
All right. No, on the Madden side, we're looking at the device. We'd like to make sure we're providing an experience that is first and foremost fun, but also makes sense within the sport of football. So I think right now we're looking at things around audio. Is there something we can do with voice recognition? I've gotten a lot of suggestions from our fans. Can I call my plays from sitting on my couch? There's no reason why you can't. So we need to test that. We need to start to prototype that to see if it can work. Can I shout out audibles? That sort of thing. I think we're gonna take the next couple of months to really experiment with the technology before we lock in on a design. But I would count on something in the audio space.
All right. Let's see. Now, how about the Wii U? I know that seems tailor-made for calling your plays on that new touchscreen.
That's where my mind goes as well. I mean, you should be a designer on our team. I was excited to see Nintendo's announcement this week. I think I was surprised at how big it was. Right? It's pretty
big,
substantial.
but light.
It is. And the screen's big. It's a quarter touchscreen. So yeah, when you think touchscreen, when you think Madden, can I draw a route? These are all possibilities, and I think just like the Kinect, we need to get the hardware. We need to do some prototypes. We need to really figure out what makes a lot of sense. We've always had this issue in Madden where you and I are sitting on a couch together, and you can kind of guess what play I'm calling. Is there a model where I can use the tablet to pick my play and shield it from you? It's not drawn on the screen; it's drawn on the tablet. I can flip through plays.
Right.
Something like that. Is there a mechanic? Is there other mechanics where you can flick with the screen itself? I think the opportunities are endless for the Madden franchise. We got to figure out what design makes sense and go from there.
Okay. David from Arkansas, since we are currently talking all over the commentary, he's wondering who are the commentators in the game? Is Gus Johnson making a return to the broadcaster's booth?
Gus Johnson's back, and so is Chris Collinsworth. I think, on the commentary side, we've got a brand new technology that's driving it. It's the same technology used in FIFA, so we spent a lot of time trying to get the game back to where it was last year, but powered by a brand new system. And I think as we've added a feature that we haven't talked about yet called Dynamic Player Performance. Commentary is what really drives that feature. So as players as we're constantly tracking the ebb and flow of players throughout the game, as their tendencies and traits are changing based on your actions on the field, we've got Gus and we've got Chris calling out the action. So it's a great way to know what's happening in an authentic way because Gus is prompting you. He's telling you, for example, Eli Manning takes a couple of sacks and all of a sudden he's getting some happy feet in the pocket. Gus is going to tell you what's happening. He's going to tell you how to reverse that trend. So a lot of great new commentary with Dynamic Player Performance. I see you laughing over there. What do you got?
I've got a good question for you. Alexio from Mexico is wondering, Phil, what is your best dance move?
Oh, gee. I set myself up for this one.
You did.
I'm really good at the running man.
The running man? Okay.
Am I supposed to crank it out? Is there an...
You don't. No, I don't think we have enough space here. We've got that table in front of you.
There's space.
We can certainly do it if you want. You want to move that chair back a little bit?
How tight are these cameras? Are they tight enough? Like, are they wide enough? Where
we can switch to the jib, Phil, and you can do the running.
Give me the jib. Are we on the jib right now?
Can we get the jib?
We're on the jib. All right.
All right.
This is my best dance move. Whenever we do Christmas parties, my friends request this.
Okay.
This has nothing to do with Madden. I don't know why I'm doing it. But since a fan requested my best dance move, all right, you guys ready? I have no music. I'm going purely by my sense of rhythm. All right, ready?
Oh yeah! Look at that. That was good.
That's it.
That was good. That was good. That was excellent.
Great work by the cameraman there. Very very honest.
Good work, Frank. Good work. Well, that answers you
can't top that.
You definitely cannot top that.
Is my mic still on? Yeah. Good to go.
Your mic is still good.
My hair was moving.
Let's see.
Well, while you're loading up another question, we talked a little bit about gameplay and collisions. We talked about franchise mode. We have custom playbooks this year, which is a feature that's been requested by our fans for many, many years. We're glad that both on Madden and NCAA football we've been able to make this happen. It's a feature that it allows you to take the depth of our playbooks. We've got thousands of plays in the game. But what a lot of our fans have asked for is, I really like this formation of this play in the Packers playbook, and I like the Wildcat from the Broncos because Tebow has it. And how can I bring them together into one playbook? And custom playbooks finally allows you to do that. So that's a great addition for our hardcore. We've talked about a lot leading up to E3 here, but we haven't talked about anything online. So I'll tease it for you.
Okay.
This is an exclusive for GameStop.
All right.
GameSpot. What are we at here? GameStop. GameSpot. I always get them mixed up.
No, you are the 10 millionth person to do that.
You guys should form a deal.
We should.
And just have one name.
GameStop.
We've got some big online features getting announced in July. Feature called Communities.
Okay.
We're not going to go into some micro details today. We're going to save that for July. But it's going to allow our fans to play together in a brand new way. They're very big. I'll throw the number 1,000 out there. Imagine playing and grouping together with 1,000 of your friends.
All right.
This feature is going to allow you to really form tight-knit communities. You can play your way. So more details coming in July. I haven't told that to anybody else. That's
nice.
just you.
I appreciate that.
You may not get it. You may not care. But our fans do. Our fans do.
It's all for the fans.
That's right.
That, the running man, everything Phil Frazier does is all for the fans. Phil, thanks a lot for coming by.
Thanks for having me.
We appreciate it.
Was that 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Wow, that went by fast.
I know, absolutely. Go ahead and remind everybody when the game's coming out.
Game comes out August 30th this year, just before the start of the hopeful NFL season.
Regardless of whether there's a lockout.
It doesn't matter. If there's a lockout, we got all the players, all the teams, all the coaches, minus Belichick, all the stadiums. It's a great Madden game. Even if they don't play football, you can still get it through Madden NFL 12 on August 30th.
All right, thanks a lot, Phil.
All right, thanks.
Appreciate it. All right, now let's go check out what's happening over at the Square Enix booth.